Hello and hey, and today I'm bringing you another Golf with Your Friends tutorial. This time is going to be an updated version of Oasis. It's the course that I have found the most improvements upon. The other three have kind of been stagnated, or I don't feel like I have enough shots to redo the entire video. The first hole, I have not yet found a hole-in-one, so that's why I sort of talked through it, but we'll get right into it. So hole 2, come over, less than full, and just come right even a few pixels, and like this entire range should be good enough to get you on this side, bounce off, and directly in for a hole-in-one. Hole 3, we're going to go exactly 3 power, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles on the right wall here. Be very careful when you're positioning for that corner, because if you're off even just like a couple pixels, you're going to miss that shot. We used to go straight, but now we're going to go 1, 2, 3 tiles up on the right wall, and we're going to go just over 3.5. I do this because I can more easily visualize 3.5 compared to like the 2 and 5, 6 that the straightforward requires. This hole I have as a 2-stroke, so I'm probably not going to show the eagle here, but I like to go 6.5 squares forward and 1 to the right. This puts us about on line with the cup, and then you can either go for the dunk, which I'm not particularly great at, or you can try to bounce it around in there and go for it. But as you see there, the dunk's obviously very possible. This hole, hole 6, I apologize, hole 6. We're going to go just to the right of that third knob on the top there. That's a weird statement. And we're going to try to just take a little bit of power off here. Hopefully I didn't just mess it up. Nope, we're going to ride this wall. If you're riding this wall, you know you made it. There is a way that comes down there that you will miss, but you'll know you have the right power if you hug that left wall. Hole 7, we're going to come over here to these hieroglyphs, and right on the left edge of this little one, at full power, just snuck it in there, looking beautiful. Hole 8, we're going to go nearly full power, 3 and just barely a little less than this, and straightforward. We're attempting to go for the dunk. We just missed it, just a little hard, so I'm going to redo this. This is like the newest shot that I've come up with, so pardon me for not getting it on the first try. We'll take just a tiny bit off of it, see if that helps us, and directly in. Hole 9, this is the buggiest of the changed holes, because if you just kind of throw yourself out there, you have a good chance of having something like this happen. That was perfectly on cue. So my recommendation is just kind of keep it simple. Don't do anything too crazy. You should be able to come up with a shot that gets you here. Unfortunately, the first shots of this hole that I've gotten to launch have been deemed out of bounds by the game, so I don't have a super sick setup as of yet, but I feel like in the future it'll be pretty close. So this shot I like to go just over 2 2.25 range, and aim just left of the pin down there. So I'm really going to try to hit this, but this is a pretty steep angle, so we'll see if we get it. Oh, alright, we're good. Having a good round so far. Okay, this hole is very dangerous. We're going to look over, I'm not sure how many forward of these are, but we're going to come to this corner right here, and just left of it at full power. You have to be careful you don't go too far left, because there's like an invisible trampoline situation going on, which is just awful, but you'll deal with that when you get to it. And from here, we're going to go just over 3, and we're going to aim maybe just a pixel right. So if you're not perfectly straight, I'm glad that we did that, because otherwise we wouldn't have made the putt. Hole 11, I'm convinced that there's a hole-in-one for this. I have not gotten it, so I will not be showing you. And then the water jumping is entirely ping-based, so There's not a whole lot I can really add to this. You just want to wait until it comes flattening out, and you'll have a pretty good shot of getting over here, and then an easy 2. As long as you don't try to get too fancy, it's a simple shot. Okay. So hole 12, almost forgot where I was at for a second. My apologies. We're gonna go just over 3 3 3/5, 3 2/3 sort of area. We're gonna aim really close to that far right wall, so that we can end up right here. And I wish I would use a little bit more power. So heads up in case I don't make this shot, which I probably will not. We're going to go about the same amount of power again and aim just over the right side of this hump and go for a bank in. Oh, just missed it. So I'm going to go ahead and try this again. You see the strat, and it's a 2 strat, so I don't want to waste too much time on it, but we'll see if we can drain it for the video's sake. So I'm going to go a little harder, which will give us more of a shallow angle. And again, maybe we'll go right about here again. Perfect. Okay. So I'm glad I'm hitting these shots nice and consistently here. So hole 13, I go 1 3/4, and if this was a straight line, we're gonna go 1 tile over from this. So we're gonna aim right here. You see, we're kind of intersecting those dark squares on that particular thing. We're going 1 3/4. Sorry for the long-winded explanation on this hole. We're going to go anytime you think you can make it through, depending on your ping. It's the most important thing, is that you do it yourself. So I'm going to wait one more time. Just as it's coming up is usually when I like to do it, but you're obviously not limited to that. And you'll roll down to essentially the same spot every time. Sometimes it's a little bit different. We're going to aim this direction. So in the distance, you can kind of see a light square. The far right corner of it is where I like to aim, and then just 2 4/5 kind of power. And depending on where you ended up, this seems to be pretty consistent. So of course I miss it in the video, but you'll see it like that, and I don't want to spend any more time on that than I have to. But you see, as long as you end up in the same spot every time, that's fine. On hole 14, I think the best bet, honestly, is to go into the mouth at just under 3 power, but for sort of swag's sake, let's go full power right here, because it won't matter about ping. I have actually never had this happen before. Beautiful. That's what you want your videos to look like. I believe I was just off. It didn't look quite right. But we'll go over here, and then from this point, we'll go just about R strength of power and aim sort of in between all of these squares right here. And it more than likely will not get us into the pyramid, but we have an outside shot just to the right of it. Unfortunate. Luckily, we came at such a strong angle that we can bounce off this wall and hopefully go in. So close. Unfortunately, I have never even gotten a 2 on this hole, so I'm not the authority on that one. I apologize for having to include that one, but it's just kind of how it is. On this hole, hole number 15, I like to go just 1 up the hill and maybe a pixel or 2 to the left of that, and then 3 1/6-ish power. It's pretty specific. I actually went too hard there. Unfortunate. I'm going to reset from here. Try that again. I guess I go less. This looks about right. I guess an 1/8 power is much more accurate. And from here, we're going to aim about, like on this line, the one thing over. And from this spot, maybe we're going to go just a tad more right than that. Obviously, we're going full power here. This looks okay. That last little adjustment screwed me. But again, it's a 2, and as much as I like showing the good things here, when it comes to pixel perfect shots, it's hard to line up. As long as you have the idea of what you should be doing, I think that's good enough for tutorial's sake. On this one, we go full power. I think everybody knows how to get over here. And then from there, I like to go just over 2.5. Go like to 2 3/5 maybe. And then aim right about here. And from most of the shots, it should be give you a great shot. Again, I missed just narrowly. And I'm not going to replay that one because I don't want the video to be too terribly long. And again, as a 2 pixel perfect shots is not the best. This one, I do not have a hole in one as well, but I will suggest to go full power. Basically as close as you can swing to that one, the right side. And then from here, more specifically, this W is my preferred position. It's a nice, consistent shot. This hole is hole-in-oneable, so this would be the 7th hole-in-one that we've come up with here. We're going to aim at the light square that's 1 tile down and 2 tiles over from here. So right here, and then we're going to pull back on the power. About 3 4/5, I'd say, roughly. And then if you miss, it's super easy to kind of mess around. I went right over the cup there, as you see. So we're going to go ahead and try that again. We'll just slightly change. Seems like we'll go maybe 1 more pixel to the right, and we'll see what we get out of that. Oh, rim the cup. All right, so we finally got on that stroke. I want to leave the whole thing in, but I definitely won't. We'll have made a jump cut to that. I kept going directly over the hole. I don't know what was going on there. It was super frustrating, and I spent more than double the time on the other 17 holes on the 18th hole. Wow. So with the new strats on the new holes, we come down to the low 30s on Oasis, which is amazing. I can't wait till we get below 30 on that, because I know that a couple of those holes really have some things left. Be on the lookout for my other tutorials. I will update them as they come available. Unfortunately, Forest, the only one I didn't include in that one that I know how to do is that par 5 with the trampolines. And then Twilight has some good strats, and then Haunted. If I can ever get over how frustrating that course is for me, I will definitely do an update of that as well, especially because I am not happy with that one. But hey, thanks for checking out my new strategies and the tutorial. I really appreciate all the support I've gotten on my other ones. It's been a lot of fun making these videos when people are so positive, and it inspires a lot of discussion on what shots might be left and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys sticking around and hope it helped you in some way. Be safe. Later.